Hello everyone. I had these big plans to do a little concert early, and then I got all wrapped up with writing music yesterday. I couldn't stop, and then I was just kind of following through today, and then I thought I better stop and like brush my hair and get my coffee. So I'm going to show you guys just a song that I was writing, and just play it for you. It's so what it is it has a boring name right now. It's called Study in F, and that couldn't possibly be any more dull, but it's a study. It's in the key of F, and I'm going to turn this way to play it. The whole goal with it is to keep your pointer finger down. Use it as an anchor finger through most of the song, and I'll share it on the page so you guys can check it out, and maybe you'll want to play it. Yeah, I'll just go through, talk about it, and then that'll give me a chance to warm up my fingers. All right, so I'm going to, for me, the way I've been playing it, I've been using these 3 fingers like this, okay? And I'm keeping my middle finger on my first string and my pointer on my second, and then I'm just hitting my 3rd string with my thumb, okay? So it sounds like this, and watch how that finger stays put. So I just keep it down the whole time. Then I've got a second part that I wrote where the finger stays on the 2nd string. And at that point, you could probably play it all with one finger if you wanted. That second part, I put it in there because you had to be trapped in one spot for so long. I thought you might want to take your finger for a run. Anyway, those sorts of studies, I really like writing them, when you have a like a purpose. So in that case, it was just, my thought was to get people comfortable with those sorts of motions. So what did we have? We had basically an F chord shape, kind of a B flat shape, right? Like if you think about how, if you peeled those guys off, you'd have those 2 fingers covering there. So that's why I used that one. And then what was my other one? It was just a build on that. So anyway, it was just, I was working on that and a couple of other songs. You might have seen me do this. Watch my wobble. Here it comes. See that? Right. So, for those who don't know, my background is in classical guitar. Pretty hefty in classical guitar. I have to say, I tend to keep my background kind of, I'm just chill about it, right? But lots of classical. And this sort of motion is pretty common in music. Now, I know that we've talked about it before in this group. Oh, my phone almost dropped. My only connection to messages. So you can play a note like this, or you can go like this. It gives it just a little bit of a wobble. So, I mean, you'll see it in different guitar styles as well. But that's when I first became familiar with it, is with my all the classical guitar stuff I'd done. You could do this, but hear how it's more like that, and you want like, ooh. So a little bit of vibrato, that's what I was doing there. All right, I'm going to play one more song, and my fingers will be warmed up, and then get yourselves ready for all the blues finger picking. Okay, so my next song I'm going to do is, it's just another one that I'm going to play on the ukulele, and I'm trying to be good and call it an ukulele. I'm trying really hard, but it's a challenge for me. All right, here we go, Spanish melody. I'm sight reading it now. I tried to play it as written, which is kind of a challenge for me. I often just kind of make it, I improvise, I think, a lot when I play. I would say I do that a lot. Oh, there's some more. Oh, I see. Shirley said, I asked where you were, and then boom, there you popped up. I know, I'm like a bad weed. Am I sharing these studies, Vicky? Yes, I'm going to share that. I think that would be fun. I write a lot of music, and I realized, I think yesterday as I was going through my computer, I realized how many things I write. It's crazy. And then I went on a bender and I wrote waltzes and more studies, and oh my gosh. So, yeah, okay. Vicky, did you go and get your tea? Are you all lined up? Okay. Oh. Hear that? Gotta go get my kitty. Okay. Oh, desperate. I had to shut the door because it's so windy, so I couldn't leave it for him to just push open. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, come on. Yeah, I know. It was a good time for you to want to come in, right? Because, well, everyone wants to see you, I'm sure. Oh, come here. Oh, I know, right? Okay, we'll just go past the whiteboard. Try not to knock it down. Oh, all right. So just, just sit there and look. There he is. Give a little wave. Yes. This is my youngest of my two kitties. So this one's Nico. We got him from the Humane Society. And my other boy, Asgard, came from the SPCA. And they both miss our students in the house so much. In different times, we'd have a piano teacher at the front with a whole bunch of kids, and the cat's just sitting there with them and playing the piano with them. Oh my gosh, it's so it's been hard for them. They miss seeing all the kids. These two cats, they love music and they love children. So yesterday, Nico discovered two little girls in our neighbor's backyard, and he was just sitting by the fence listening to them. It was so sweet. Feel happy now? He also loves little belly pats. Look at him, he's getting all chilled out. I'm going to play the blues now. Yeah. So today, you guys, what we're going to do is talk about other options that you can play with that finger-picking blues pattern to make it your own. And to make it so that every time you play it, you can make it a little bit different and do just different things with it. Keep in mind that the way I play it is not going to be the way that you necessarily play it. Or you'll have different ideas, right? And you might play it a little bit differently every single time, depending on your mood. That happens to me with almost every song, and I love it, right? Music's such a great vehicle for self-expression. Oh, look at him. Well, normally he doesn't want to sit on my lap this long. You're all chilled out? Okay. Oh, is it time? Do you want to go? Okay. I'm gonna go. Usually what he does now is he goes to see Mallory. Yeah? You want to go? There you go. Yes, oh baby. Oh, did I tell you guys? I must have shown you the guitar last week that Mallory saved up for. That amazing? Yeah, I think I did. I've played it a bit. It's pretty awesome. That BC Rich. All right. Here we go. Okay, Vicky, you got your tea, and I had a cuddle with the cat. We're all good to go now. Now it's pretty windy outside today, so you guys are going to hear a lot of noise, and won't be able to do much about that. Okay, so my plan this time is to go a little bit more between guitar and ukulele, because I think last week I don't think I played my guitar very much at all. So let's get to it, hey? To review our finger picking, I've written down on my whiteboard, my precious whiteboard, I've written down like a really shortened version of everything that we've done so far. But just to review it, what we can do with this song at this point, if you want, is you can start with the turnaround, which I've written just a simple version of, which is, remember, the 4, 3, 2, and if I'm playing it together like that, I'm just doing the pinch, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. First string open. 2, 3, oh, 2, if you want. 1, 0, 2, 3. And that's where I hit my second string open and then moved into an E7 chord, which sounds really quite nice too. Now, if you're watching and you're playing guitar, when I say A, your guitar is going to be playing an E. So I'll demonstrate that in a jiffy here. Ukulele, we've got our 4th string, which would be guitar 4th string as well. Okay, and then we'll address it differently a little bit later. So we've got our 4th string and 2nd string, and the pattern that we defined over the past couple weeks is 0, 2, 3, 2, right? So that's for our A pattern, guitar E. Then our other pattern is that 2nd fret on the 3rd string, ukulele D, or guitar A. And then we play our 1st string, doing that pinching thing, 0, 2, 3, 2. So that's the 2nd pattern. The final one that we do, which is really short, it's our E, and there's 2 options. I only wrote down one though because I was trying to conserve space. And that's where you can go 2nd string open, 1st string, fret 2, and you'll play 2, 4, 2, 4. Okay. The other option that we talked about was playing 2, 4, 5, 4. So that time I shifted my ring finger up, but you could also go 2, 4, baby finger on the 5th fret, 5, 4, and here it is again, 2, 4, shifting that finger, whichever works for you, right? That's the thing. It's what feels comfortable for your hands. What feels comfortable for my hands may not feel comfortable for yours. So checklist of things to think about. Does it hurt? You might need to change some things. And like the way I'm sitting right now, I've got my neck up high. I know some people say keep your neck up good and high. Sometimes it hurts my shoulder. Sometimes I have it down a little lower. Okay. Now, when I have my neck down lower, look at the bend I get there. When I have my neck up a little higher, look at the bend I no longer have. My wrists get tenderized pretty good. So when I say tenderized, I've had lots of problems with tendonitis and whatnot over the years. I have to be very cautious with that. So why would my shoulder hurt? I can tell you why. I sit at the computer for like 6 hours a day staring at it. So that probably doesn't help. Anyway, I keep my neck up. That tends to help me keep my wrist a little straighter, and life is better for me. So something to think about, right? Okay, I'm going to turn this whiteboard around, and please let me know in the comments if it's bright enough, because I have just about cooked these poor little oops, I gotta put that in a different spot. These poor little whiteboard markers are just about dead. Okay. Oh, you're gonna sit. Let me think here. We're just gonna do a little rearranging here, you guys. Oh, there. So, just to explain what's cooking with this, I'm just gonna move it over some more. There, we'll be comfy. The whiteboard and I will be good friends. So, up top here, again, this is just shortened versions of this, and I know that we've got more involved copies of it already on the fingerpicking page under the guides category of the, was it under 12-bar blues or fingerpicking blues? One or the other. So we've got that already. So this is just a shortened version. Here's our turnaround. If you're joining me today and you're not sure about reading tablature, if you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I can't get on this, I don't know what she's talking about, tablature, oh, look at those 4 lines and compare them to the 4 strings on your ukulele. Okay, that string there matches up with that line there. When in doubt with reading tablature, I draw a little ukulele head. It's not going to be pretty. But there's the head of your ukulele. There's your little tuning pegs. Oh, so nice. So that way it tells you, okay, that string there, that line there is actually going to be the string closest to the floor. Okay, because if I had my ukulele up like that, my A string is there, and then whoop, it comes down here. Why would they do it like that? Typically this first string on a guitar is highest pitched, right? Violin, guitar, mandolin, ukulele, you know, I know there's that reentrant tuning. I don't have that on this ukulele. I have a low G tuning. But if you have that high G tuning, also called reentrant, that can kind of confuse you, right? But think about how this string here, the third string, is low. It sits lower on the staff because it's lower in pitch. So there you go. So I usually tell people, don't try to flip that tablature around and rewrite it differently, because it just makes it harder for you. I'm all for bending rules, but in this case, don't do it. Just keep it like that. Make your life easy. All right, so we've got a review here. The 4, 3, 2, and I'll play it one bar at a time to get us comfy with it. So 4, 3, 2, and then we had 1, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. 1, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. There's a big windstorm happening outside. My husband's about to open the door. Everyone be ready. There we go. Okay, he was waiting for me to let you guys know. 1, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. So that was kind of a slow move there, right? Slow, but as you speed it up. As you speed it up, it makes more sense in the song. But to start, I'll turn this a little bit. You want to take it slow. And that, I don't know if you guys remember, but I often stop and say, oh, I would rather just play the E7 chord there. I still just like that. Whoops. I think it sounds cool. All right, so that's our turnaround that we can use at the beginning of the song and at the end. All right, the A pattern, you're using that dead thumb picking that we've talked about over the past few weeks. And the second string, we're plucking 0, 2, 3, 2, and it's a pinch, right? We also do the same thing with the D. My husband's back in. Did the wind blow you away?
No.
No?
It didn't blow the gazebo away either.
It didn't, oh yeah, our gazebo. That would be bad. I was teaching outside under the gazebo last summer. It was so nice. Loved it. All right, so the D pattern, that's just your third string fret 2, and then the pinching that you do with the melody, now that's on the first string. 0, 2, 3, 2. Keep in mind when I'm playing like this, I'm just doing that so you can see my fingers. I don't sit like that and play. This is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, the last one, which you can't see too well right now, but I'll move it a bit. You could just go 2, 4, 2, 4 on your first string with your E string open, guitar B. Okay, or the, right, that other one there. Okay, so that's our review. It's kind of quick. I just want to get through it and make sure we're familiar with it. Here's our 12-bar blues pattern that we're using today. So A, D, A, and remember when I told you guys before that that little slash with the dots means to repeat the previous bar. So you're going to play A twice there. And then D, repeat the previous bar, so D 2 times. A, and then your harmony is E7 if you're strumming it, or an E if you want. I like E7. D, and then I ran out of space. Whoa! I usually hit an A strum, would come right here, then do the turnaround. Okay, so there. We've got it defined now, and I'm just going to take a quick look for comments. No comments, Cruz, and I still can't get anything on the screen. So strange. All right, anyway, now we're hitting the buffet. Some of the stuff that I talked about last week is down here, but we're going to add more. Oh, oh, so much fun. Okay, so options, right? We had the first one where you just do the dead thumb picking and a quarter note rhythm, right? Okay. And then what I've done is I've lined up all of our different options that I talked about last week here. It can look a little confusing, but I'll play it and then I'll move the screen around so you can see it a little easier. All right, so doubling up, doing eighth notes. So that's where you would go O, O, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. I'll just get myself in the camera a bit more and then you can just watch me do that. Then we'll talk. Okay. So then you're going to have that dead thumb plucking. Really, you could also go like this. I mean, you could pluck on the beat and on the and. Did you hear that? Let me do it again. So, option 1, just all quarter notes. Notice that I don't have, even though it's called a pinch, I'm not going like that. I've got my thumb and my finger passing each other to a certain degree so they don't interfere with each other, okay? So we've got our quarter note pattern, and now where the melody just does eighth notes, so I've got O, O, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. Sometimes people want to play everything together. Sounds kind of cool, hey? So you could do that too, okay? That's an option that I didn't write down on here, but we're in the buffet mode now. We're kind of like, we're at the dessert table, maybe. Dessert table of the buffet now. All right, so eighth notes, and I'll write a little purple 2 here so that we know that that's an option 2, okay? Double up on our bass notes. Why not? It's your song. Play it the way you want to. Okay, now, the other option that we talked about, so this purple one's new. The other option we talked about was mixing up eighth notes and quarter notes. So when I say that in this one, I'm just playing O, 2, 3, and then at the end, I'm throwing in an extra 2. That can kind of throw you off a little bit at first, right? When you change that rhythm. But doing that can add more dynamics to your playing because you're not playing the same thing all the time. You want to mix it up, right? All right, so I'm going to play the A pattern twice. Once just with quarters. And now with an eighth note at the end. O, 2, 3, 2, 2. Then it's more like you're having a conversation with your instrument. Right? So it sounds kind of neat. Now, I'm checking for comments. I don't see anything in there, so I think we're all good. The next one, which I think we talked about last week, but I want to dig into it a bit more, and that's where I go O, O, 2, O, 3, O, 2, O. Because that can be pretty fun. Okay, here we go. O, O, 2, O, 3, O. And again, I'm just using that second string to work it all right now. Pluck with one finger, pluck with 2. Just don't use your thumb, that's all. O, O, 2, O, 3, O, 2, O. Or use 2 different fingers. Don't use your pointer because you're keeping your pointer for your bass note, right? O, O, 2, O, 3, O, 2, O. Okay, now tuck in that bass note. We'll go nice and slow. So pinching O, O, 2, O, 3, O, 2, O. Okay. I love that one. So much fun. So that's another one to play around with. That one can require a little bit more mental agility, right? Like, oh, get comfy with the other ones and then play around with it, right? Now, I know we also talked about triplets. If you're not sure what a triplet is, if you see it written down in music, you'll usually see this thing here. I'll make it purple so it stands out real good. Okay, right there. That means you've got 3 notes coming in on one beat. Cha, 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 cha. We talked about adding in, like in this case, this example, I've got 8th notes coming in on the first 3 beats. O, O, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then the last beat. Triplets, 2, 2, 2. O, O, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Which would be kind of a nice way to maybe kick yourself into the next chord in the progression. We're going to be adding in hammer-ons and pull-offs today. So that's our kind of our last week level, right? With a little bit of review and chit-chat. Now do you see the 230 sitting down there by itself? I need a little bit more light. Hang on here, I just want to open up my curtain a little bit here. Come on, there. Oh, that's better. It's gotten moodier out. So what I want us to do right now, ignore that whiteboard, just focus on my fingers. We be doing good here. Yeah, right on. Hey, Shirley. Now, Shirley, I know. I remember you saying that you discovered something last week, and I was hoping you would post a video. You didn't. That's okay, but I would love to know how, well, honestly, how everyone's playing of this went last week, because I've just been having a riot with it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up, get good and close to the screen. Or maybe not stand up, just shuffle in. And I'll show you exactly what I'm looking for you guys to try this week. Okay. Our frets are going to be, it's a 2-3. It's a 2-3 out of the turnaround, okay? But we're going to do it, play around with it a little differently. So we've got 2, 3, second string open, okay? Do it again. 2, 3, oh. Now, depending on how you feel, you might have to go 2, 3, with these 2 fingers. That's not going to be the end of the world, okay? Try this now. We're going to try it as a little triplet feel. We'll do it twice. Now, you'll see that I'm plucking the 2, 3 with my thumb, and I'm probably going to pluck the second string with my finger. Maybe you feel like you want to pluck it all with your thumb. That'll be okay, but you might find that you like this back and forth feeling. 2, 3, oh. So 2, 3, second string open. Do it a couple times, okay? I'll sit and play it. 2, 3, oh. 2, 3, oh. Okay, now options, okay? Because, I mean, you can sit and play it like that, but I can tell you, you're going to want to add something more to it to give your blues progression a little more cha-cha. All right, option 1, the hammer-on. So people that play with me regularly, like we've got some of the alley cats here, yeah, you guys do a whole bunch of hammer-ons and pull-offs with me, but not everybody does. So get good and close here. I'm going to pluck my third string, fret 2. And look, okay, so I only plucked the 2nd fret, and what I did in order to get a good clean sound of that, I'm going to need a ukulele with white strings, I think. I got really close to my 3rd fret, and I didn't come down and just kind of gently touch the string. I'm going to grab a different ukulele with white strings. Hang on, you guys. This will be easier to see. It might not be in tune, but it'll be good for, look at that, demonstration purposes. Okay, so this one's my concert. So good and close to the fret, pluck, and when you go, see I'm landing on my fingertip, good and close to the fret. So what you want to do, anytime you do a hammer-on, you don't have to rush into it. You can sit there. But when you go down firm and push that down, because think about the the mechanics of making a fretted note on ring out on your ukulele. Here's your fret, here's your string. That string has to maintain contact in order for it to keep ringing out. The second you do that, the sound's gone. So if you're doing your hammer on and you're like touching the string and then pushing down, the magic's gone because you stopped the string from vibrating. Okay, so when you'll see when I go, you want to hit it hard. I've got all these silly little things that I say to help people remember what to do. In the end, come down on your fingertip, come down with confidence, wham, like a bird. And keep that pressure on. Now I'll be, okay, check this out. See how I lifted? I let go of that pressure, and then my sound disappeared. That's because, although I thought the string was still firmly connected to that fret, it wasn't. It had just lifted up enough. Okay, so if that happens, that could very well be what's going on. Okay, so now we've got this. Hammer on. First or second string open. So 2 to 3 hammer on. Okay. So the hammer on the sheet that I'm gonna load up or put another file on the finger picking page, but the hammer on's gonna look like that. Okay. And it'll have a little H over top of it. Catherine just sent me an attachment. Catherine, let me know if that's something you want me to look at right now, okay? I've got my comments open. Yeah, oh, Shirley, you forgot what the magic was that you created last week? You'll remember it, or you'll come up with something equally spectacular. Now, this is what I want you guys to try, okay? In this case, it's going to work out just fine with a low 4 tuning or a high 4. Okay, so I'm going to play my 4th string, fret 2, right? Because this is going to be part of my A pattern, and I'm going to go like this. So 2 quarter note plucks there, and 2 triplets. So we've got 1, 2, okay? Then think of a word that you want to use for triplet. It might be 3 triplet, 4 triplet. It might be strawberry. It might be hickory, daiquiri, whatever. Strawberry, strawberry. Here I've got the rolling da 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 da. So you want to do that a couple times. Look at how I tee off on that. I'm overdoing it a little bit, right? So you guys can see that hammer-on motion. Normally I do lift up my finger a bit. It's not so much about power as it is about precision and placement. Okay. Okay, so if you're comfortable with that, then you add in the pinch. And I would just do an open pinch. I would go like this. Oh, oh. We'll change up that bar. And then 2, 3, oh, 2, 3, oh. Try it again. So instead of oh, 2, we'll just stay on the oh, oh. I make it look easy. I know there's a lot of action going on in there, but that would be an amazing thing if you could toss it in there. Now, if you say to yourself, oh, I can do those hammer-ons, no problem, cool. Let's add something else, okay? Here's another thing you can do. You can do a pull-off, okay? And that one, actually, I'll make it purple so it stands out really good. Pull-off is going to be 3, 2, oh, all on the 3rd string. Okay, so you do 3 to 2 as a pull-off, and then just play your 3rd string open. Okay, pull off. See how, like, I play the string. I play the string, and see how I kind of pluck at the the string as I do a pull off. I don't just lift off. Here I lose that power. There's a little bit, but not much. So you want 3, 2, O are your notes, and then you can do a pull off from 3 to 2. And you see how I've got both fingers lined up there, hey? Both sitting there. Then you've got this. How cool is that? It was super fun. Okay, 2, 3, O. So there's your hammer on to your second string open. The same 2 notes played in reverse. And if you say, I can't do a pull off, then just pick the notes. It's totally fine. How are you guys feeling about the hammer-ons? Because there's another option there too that would be fun. Or maybe you say to yourself, that's enough right now? Don't know. I'm just going to check. Okay, Catherine, I will check it later. Another option. Slides, right? We did a little bit of sliding there on the 4th string, or on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. The 3rd string gets a lot of action in this song, hey? Let's change the hammer on and pull off. Just so it's notated in the recording, pull off would have a P typically on top of it. Not always though. Sometimes you don't see anything, you just see a little line and you have to go, oh, okay, well they've got that little loop there from a higher note to a lower note, probably a pull off. Slide is not going to have those little lines, right? It's just going to, those little loops, it's just going to have a line. Like in this case, from a lower note to a higher note. Over here, from a higher note, aim down towards a lower note. So that can be super fun. Slides can also be a bit easier than hammer-ons and pull-offs. So slide, I play on my 2nd fret note. So I know I've got my hand turned to the side here as I'm sitting and trying to show you, but... Okay, so I slide up. I don't go... Yeah, like that. I keep the string pushed down onto the frets, but just enough pressure to keep it down. And I land right close to my fret when I do that. And you might not have a lot of sound left, but that's okay. Let's see. Those sorts of things can add a lot of just more flavor, right? Just more flavor to your playing. Little bits of things that you can toss in when you feel confident. Descending slide can feel a little bit funny because sliding up, going like that, is a little more comfortable feeling. To do a slide this way, you're still, I'll get up again, might as well just stay up here for a bit. You're going the opposite way, right? And you got to put on the brakes just on this side of the fret. So that can feel weird. Sometimes people do this. And they turn their hand. They drag themselves like that. Try to avoid that. Keep your fingertip just face down like that, right? Tip down. That can be surprisingly tricky, but be patient with yourself, right? All these little things here, well, just add a lot to your playing, you know? And you don't have to get everything right away. You just add in things that you want. Love the hammer and the pull-offs? Oh yeah, right? Okay, now, everyone that's on here commenting are the same group of people, as far as I can tell, that were on here last time. So I'm wondering, I just got to check. I've got a couple notifications and I want to make sure that everyone's got everything they need. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. I'm going to go through now and I'm going to play this song and I'm going to chuck out different options. So this is like what I did last week, but then we're going to try the 2-3-0. Okay. What I'm going to try to do is just before I flip to one of the chord changes, and I think I'm going to do it here as I get ready to go to my E7. That's where I'm going to try it. 230, 230. I won't go up and back down. I'll just go up. Okay, I'm going to do that right here. So when I get here, I'm going to do my dead, oh, not here. Sorry, right here, bar before. So I'll be doing my dead thumb picking, but I'll just go 2 and 0, 2 and 0, pluck that, and then do that hammer on twice, okay? So 0, 0, 2, 2, just sitting on that, and then a couple hammer-ons. So play with me. I'm going to stay on this one. It seems to be in tune enough, but I'm going to put that little dangly guy up there. Get him out of the way. All right. So here we go. I'll hit the turnaround, and I am going to mix it up a little bit, you know, with different rhythms. Okay, but I'll try to stay within quarters and eighths for the most part, and the only decoration that's extra, that's a triplet, I will try to just leave here before I go to E7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Turn around. 4, 3, 2, 1. 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. Here we go. 0, 2, 3, 2 to D. 0, 2, 3, 2 back to A. Now I'm going to do it with eighth notes. 0, 0, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2 back to D. Eighth notes again. A, just quarter notes. Here we go with the 2, 0, 2, 0. Now to D. I'm going to hit an A strum, turn around. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. Let's do it again. 0, 2, 3, 2 to D. To A. Eighth notes. 0, 0, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2. I should have swung them. Swing them this time. There we go. A. Okay, 2, 0, 2, 0. Hammer-ons this time. To D. A strum. Turn around. Oh, I'll break it apart this time. Did you hear me put in the hammer on right there? Huh? Because if you're comfortable doing it there, why not do it there, right? So, extra little bits, hammer on there. So, let me know, were you able to do this as a hammer on or a slide or just hit the notes, right? Just hitting the notes is good enough, right? And there's another thing that I like to do with this. Jennifer, hello! Late to the party? You're still at the party. It's all good. Okay. I'm going to go one more time through this on the ukulele, and then I'm going to flip over to the guitar. Okay. Oh, I'm going to cough first. Pardon me. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add more of these little triplets. Okay. I'm going to get kind of silly with it. I'll toss down some asterisks where I'm going to do it. And really, I'm just going to use my A pattern right now. Okay. Just going to toss it in there. I might do 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, one after the other though. So just be prepared. Okay, here we go. Hit my turnaround. I'll just run through it the one time. Okay. Hammer on. Oh, slide. To your D. Here we go. Okay, next one here. Did you hear that? That little pull off? Pinch. That one's nice to do because you're using your middle finger. It's nice and strong, and it almost looks like a little ballerina kick. Bing! Okay, try that with me on the D. O, or, you know, 0, 2, 3, 2, right? 0, 2, 3, 2. Now, all the mechanics of that. Watch this. See how I kept this pointer finger down? Did my pull off. Shifted back to get to my A. Gives me a chance to go, whew! E7, A. So Jennifer, it doesn't matter if you're late to the party because you can just watch the video. We did some review and we're just adding. I feel like this is like cheesecake with strawberries and chocolate on top, right? Adding in these little bits here and there. Now, the pull-off one I did, I've got to notate that one because I love doing that sort of stuff. Throwing in little pull-offs just here and there where I feel like. And that would look like this, right? If you were going to write it down. Now, you can toss them in all over the place, okay? Now, guitar. I neglected guitar last week. Oh, how could I have done that? All right, so my guitar playing friends. I'm going to write this out. I have a really weird looking copy of it, but it makes sense. You just have to say to yourself, okay, I know what's going on, you know. Now, I'm just going to turn it right to me. Bob Dylan back on the wall there behind my... I've had that guitar since I was 16? I think 16 or 17. I think 16. It's been with me a long time. Oh, it's a good friend to me. All right, get all these things off. So you can take the same pattern, the 0, 2, 3, 2, but applying it on the guitar and using these big, fat, juicy strings down here. Okay, and if you say to yourself, well, why is she using those strings? Okay, this string, remember how I said this one here, this fret is an E on guitar? And ukulele, play with me anyway, okay? We'll just sound like we're harmonizing, okay? So there's my E, but this string open is also an E, okay? And this second fret here that matches up with that tab, that's an A, and that's your A too. So to play this on the guitar and really use these strings, it's still going to be 0, 2, 3, 2, but you can use this 6th string here. So you're going to go 0, 2, 3, 2. Look at how far apart I am though, hey? See all those strings apart? The handy thing about that is that, well, you don't have to worry about the fingers running into each other. So that's nice. And just to have that nice low sound. So the E pattern. Okay. The A pattern. Thumb on the 5th string. 1st string is still used. Now, that ukulele E pattern that I talked about, where you use the, are you going to move? To compare them, this pattern here is going to be the guitar B pattern. 2 options for the guitar players in the group, okay? You could play it using your guitar 2nd string, or just going to move this there, do some action here. For my guitar players, you could also, there's string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. You could use the 2nd fret of your 5th string. That note is an octave below that one. In guitar, that one's called a B. 5th string, 2nd fret is also a B. So what it comes down to then is your flexibility and what sound you like. I'll play both ways so you can hear the 2 options, okay? So here it is on guitar, staying up in this area here. So string 2 and string 1. Okay, and then from there, you would go to your 5th string and, okay. Now the only thing that people have mentioned when I show them that option is that, well, this sounds kind of funny because it's so high, right? Because the other bass notes are down here. If you're comfortable, then you put your first finger on fret 2 of string 5 and reach over. Okay, so I'm using these 2 fingers because they're my most comfortable guys here, because I've got to play 2/4 on that first string still. So I go like this. Okay, see how I'm lifting up my middle finger? That's okay. I want to keep this one down though. That's my pivot point. Maybe you can keep your middle finger down. See how my hand moves to do that? Now, I had a question from a new member of the group, and he said, can I play this finger picking on my electric guitar? And I said, yes, absolutely. It'll sound really cool, and it'll be awesome. Think about, you know, people like Mark Knopfler, right? He's done all sorts of stuff finger picking on his electric guitar, and he sounds amazing. All this sort of stuff you can totally use. Ukulele, guitar, electric guitar, oh, it'd be so fine. So I think Mallory told me I could play her BC Rich guitar for a video. So I'm going to do that, and I might just do like finger picking blues on the BC Rich. It'll be so nice. All right, now I'm going to sit and I'm going to play through some of this stuff. Just the standard pattern, okay? So backing it off, just the standard thing on the guitar. So for people that are new to playing, right, you can use your E here, A there, and just hop up there for your B pattern, okay? Or if you feel flexible, super gap tooth snake fang position. All right, here we go, on the E. Oh, I better check. Let me just check, make sure there's no comments. I want to keep on this. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's one time on the E, now to the A. Back to the E. Now if you're playing ukulele along with me, just have at her. Okay, now we're going to the A pattern, which is ukulele D. Okay, back to guitar E. Okay, now for the next one, where it would be the guitar B pattern or ukulele E, I'm going to play 2 bars of it and demonstrate both versions, okay? Here's this one. Or. And then from there, the A pattern. Okay? And then to hit that turnaround, you could do like that, just the beginning of your E pattern, and then, oh, sorry, I forgot it here. Still works the same on guitar, okay? You can add a little bit more into those bass notes, but the big thing is get that dead thumb picking happening on the guitar. And use those big fat bass strings. It sounds so cool. Oh, I think probably everyone that's on the chat right now has heard me talk about this guitar, but for anyone that's new that might be watching that hasn't been chatting, one of my students built this guitar for me. So nice. So I paid for the materials and he built it, and I got to help with some of the construction. So this is Indian rosewood on the back and sides, and I got to help bend it. It was really neat. Engelmann spruce for the top, and I don't remember all the other woods. I know ebony, right? Anyway, around here, he, if you'll, will it stay focused on it if I sneak up on it with my camera? So those are all little teeny weeny pieces of wood. He pressure cooked dye into little teeny weeny sheets of wood, and then cut them into 1 millimeter strips, and then glued them together in a pattern that he liked. So he had like this tube of this one pattern, and he cut off a piece and inlaid it in this guitar, and then inlaid it in a guitar for him. So we have matching rosettes on these guitars he built. So cool. And it's smaller. My hands are not big, so it can be really a challenge for me to play guitar, although I love it. So it's nice to have one that's built for me. And I love holding it. I love my guitars. I love all my instruments. Okay, I'm going to play the guitar one again. Okay, I'm going to mix it up a little bit now. Oh, I screwed it up. Hang on here. Let me just look at what I'm doing here. So it works either way. I just got to remember to switch mental gears. Something else I want you guys to think about when you're doing this. You can go back and forth between strumming and finger picking. You got these bars. I kind of think about them as like little slots that you can fill in with different things. Okay. I just got to get my groove here. Oh, that's not going to work there. My fingers are too small. Easier on my ukulele with my little hands. Hang on, let me switch gears. That's why it's nice to have these different sizes. Check this out. So what I'm going to do with this one, which is going to be easier on this size, I'm going to play my A and go 0, 2, 3, 2. For my guitar playing friends that have bigger hands, try it out. You make your full-on E chord, and then you're just going to walk your baby finger around. So it's endless what you can do with this. Has anybody tried doing that? Strum a bit? Finger pick a bit? I'm looking in the comments for that. Let me know. Oh, you gotta go, Vicky. Okay, thanks. Thanks for coming on. At this point, what I'm gonna do is do a recording of myself horsing around with these hammer-ons, these pull-off slides, and a little bit of strumming and a little bit of picking. I'll do it on guitar and ukulele. I'll try to be good. And just play around with it, you know. See what you like the sound of, you know, what works for you, what doesn't. And give me some feedback, you know, let me know how you're doing with it. And then I think the next time we might just do one of the studies where it focuses on an anchor finger, and we'll see if we can apply it to a song. It might be, I really like Green Day, so it might be a Green Day song that I have in mind for that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call her quits there, since my sister's waiting outside, and I better make some coffee and all that jazz. So thank you, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's getting really dark in this room, hey? It's kind of moody outside. I'm gonna go sit outside anyway because it's spring and I just want to be out there now. So take care and have fun, and hopefully you found that this video was helpful. Okay, bye.